Immediately upon resumption of action, nakabasket agad ang Barangay Ginebra. 10 na uli ang kanilang kalamangan. Rome De La Rosa wants that jumper, no go. Romeo Travis inside, still can't get it. One more go. Hindi pa rin makuha. Tapigan ng bola. Red shirts touch it left. Nandyan sa loob para sa Alaska Aces, si Vic Manuel for the first time in this game. Ito nangyari doon. Yung basket kanina.
Yes, Greg Slaughter with a putback. He's just too big against the 5 guys that Alaska has here to start the third quarter. He's got a total of 10 points. And this is so hot now itong si LA Tenorio with that 3-point shot again.
That's brought to us by PLDT Home DSL Triple Play Plans. 5-0 para umpisa ng ating second half. 13 na kalamangan. Supalpal si Banchero kay Aguilar. Ay, hindi. He lost the ball. Sabi ng ating mga referee, nawala lang sa kanya ang bola pala. No block.
Completed defensive stop there for Barangay Ginebra. They were only up by 8 points at the end of 24 minutes, but a strong 5-0 run. Now they have their biggest lead with 13.
Tipped away by Banchero. Abulan sa bola. Japet Aguilar na ang una doon. Tenorio, baseline J. Si Alex Compton doon sa play a while. Tataka siya tingin siya sa referee. Paano lumabas yung bola kung hindi natapik ni Japet Aguilar? Pero tuloy ang ating aksyon. Jumper mula kay Romeo Travis. That's a good jump shot mula sa kanya. He was missing in quarter number 2. Puro free throw sa kanya nakuha ron.
And the difference in this ball game, Ginebra is still up by 11. For Alaska, Travis has 13 points, but no other player has reached the double-digit mark. Whereas ito namang Ginebra, it's a balanced attack for them, led by the 10 points or the 14 points of Mercado. Tenorio has 10, Slaughter has 10, Johnson nga, 8 puntos pa lamang.
In and out ang tira ni RJ Azul. Nice setup for the 3. Unable to convert. Sol Mercado, quick move. Going to the hoop, switching to the left. Mintis inside track sa rebound. Vic Manuel. Travis's jumper. Another one mula dyan sa left side of the court. May report sa atin si Erica.
According to Coach Olsen of Ginebra, nangunguna man sila, still they are wary about how Alaska can turn things around, especially with their press. So they just have to continue taking care of the ball. Ipagpatuloy lang din daw nila ang magandang depensa because it is from their stops that they are able to create from the fast break. Para naman sa Alaska, according to Coach Jeff, they just identified where they were outworked. They have to do a better job preventing transition points of Ginebra and not allowing them to penetrate for easy baskets. Balik sa inyo.
And just as Erica was telling us that, pumenetrate naman ito si Japet Aguilar. And you said it kanina, Coach Ryan. Foul counted na naman ang nangyari. Nakakailang beses na magkabilang koponan in this game.
Napakarami na nga, pero there is nothing more fulfilling for a coach than a completed play, a basket after you call a timeout to stop the bleeding for your team. For Coach Frank Piling, his lead was threatened a little bit and he called the timeout to put sanity in their offensive set. At yun naman, nakashoot si Japet Aguilar. Umakyat na naman yung kalamangan ng Ginebra. 12 puntos na naman ang kanilang pinoprotektahan.
We're seeing here a backcourt pressure mula sa Barangay Ginebra. Something na ginagamit ng Alaska Aces para maging effective sa kanilang defense. Ngayon, the tables have been turned. And ito nga, may halong malaf na rin. Pasok na yung tira. That's the second time para kay RJ Azul dito sa third quarter. Nandun na eh. Pero niluwa pa ng rin.
At ang maganda pa rito, Ginebra is only allowing 1 crack at the basket. Isa lamang, wala pa masyadong second chance opportunities. Itong Alaska dito sa third quarter, wala on the other side. They simply know their points of attack and where they have a huge advantage. It's Greg Slaughter against Manuel on the offensive end. Kaya namamayanin ng gusto itong higante ng Ginebra.
And on that screen ni Vic Manuel, binabagsak na si LA Tenorio. That's an offensive foul. Here's a master guapo move mula kay Greg Slaughter. Brought to us by Master Face Scrub. Sikreto ng mga guapo.
Well, at that point, it was a switch. Napunta si Travis dito kay Greg Slaughter. At ngayon, si Travis na ang bumabantay sa pang-umpisa pa lamang dito kay Greg.
Japet shoots over Vic Manuel. Blocked upstairs, pero sabi ng ating referee, may pasabit. Foul on the muscle man. His third personal. Dito lang pinasok sa second half ni Alex Compton, si Vic.
So sometimes you run your offensive sets to get an advantage. But at the onset, there are a lot of advantages that Alaska has compared to the defense that Alaska is giving. There's an advantage, Slaughter being guarded by Travis, and also Aguilar being bothered by a much smaller Manuel. So with Aguilar, pumoposte lang shot. Alam niya may bentay siya. It's not his strong suit. Playing back to the basket, but once in a while, he can get away with it.
That's right. And then yung height niya, yung kanyang athletic ability. At siya sa iba, 16-point lead. Biggest of the game for either team. And Rob De La Rosa napilitan. Sunog ng isang timeout. Dahil wala na siyang mapasahan. Under 8 minutes remaining dito sa ating third quarter. Rebound taken. Barangay Ginebra, 16-point lead. Gusto pa nilang palakihin yan. We remind everyone na napakalaki ng panalo ng star hotshots earlier against Global Port, 53 points. We will not see that kind of lead here, we think. Pero Ginebra threatening to run away here sa ating third quarter.
Well, they probably saw what the Pure Foods hotshots did in the first game. Na the hotshots were at a huge twice to win disadvantage, and yet nanalo sila. So for Barangay, they want to replicate that feat. They're enjoying a 16-point lead right now. It's now down to 14. But what is nice about Ginebra is the way they're scoring. Yung kanilang mga locals, apat na nakahit na ng double-digit mark led by Mercado. While yung kanilang import, walang puntos pa lamang, but he doesn't care. Dahil lamang yung kanyang kupunan at team play ang umiiral para rito sa Barangay.
Tama yun, nakasil na si Greg Slaughter. Finally, umabot sa kanyang bola. Almost a 3-second violation. He had to go quickly. Bitin ang hook shot. Pagkakataon para sa Aces. 3 from Romeo. Travis, that is. That's brought to us by PLDT Home DSL Triple Play Plans.
Now, this is what is nice about Travis. He knows that his locals are not probably in sync in terms of their offensive points. Siya mismo ang umaatake. But for Barangay Ginebra, Sol Mercado once again parting the Red Sea and scoring unmolested basket for his 16th point.
Si Sol Mercado talagang fearless na. Dire-diretso sa basket. Doesn't really care who's in front of him. Sanito, hinawakan na ng dalawang mama. Finally, tumawag ng foul si referee Art Herrera. Sanitos will go to the line. He started scoring early. 8 early points for Sanitos. After ng 2 fouls siya, inupo muna siya, but now he's there. They know he needs some scoring. Ito yung galaw ni Sol Mercado a while ago. Sudden burst of speed. Astig move brought to us by Jack and Jill Iceman Candy. Nilabas ang tapang.
Well, he just saw the defense snapping at that time. There was a quick switch. Travis was not ready to defend. It was the original man, Banchero, who tried to keep in step with Sol. But with that burst of speed, naiwan na yung defense ni Chris.
Split the free throws lang ginawa nito si Sanitos. 12 pa rin ang lamang ng Ginebra. Approaching the halfway point of the third quarter. Na kay OJ ang bola. You know, OJ plays point guard when he's in the US. Now he's doing more of the same. Orchestrate lang. Hindi kailangan tumira dahil nga dami tumutulong. Outside shot naman. Sol Mercado. Wow, 18 points na para kay Sol Mercado. But we know meron siyang kapabilidad na gawin ito. He used to lead the league in scoring in one conference last season.
Yes, he actually led the league in assists and also points. So he really has the capability to score. 18 points already, and this guy plays with so much rhythm in his system. If he feels it, he can score and beat you in more ways than one. Here we've seen all the facets of his offensive weaponry. Fast break, penetration, pull-up jumper, and even three-point shot. Kompleto ang pinapakita ni Sol Mercado.
Grabe nga itong ginagawa ni Sol Mercado. Such confidence in that stroke. You know, a very streaky outside shooter to say, you know, to describe it. Pero ngayon, yung confidence niya nandun. And he's knocking them down. Sanitos, pinasabit. Sabi ng referee ni Greg Slaughter. So free throws na naman niya. Napapalakpak na lang. Si the boss. Wondering why he's not getting any respect on the defensive end. The many time all-defensive team center.
That's his third foul. And Greg Slaughter, one-upmanship on that particular play.
The beast. Scoop shot mula sa kanya. Gets that basket.
It was not a pretty shot, but it counted for 2 points just the same, bringing the lead down to 13 points. But for Sol Mercado, his confidence size is only 14. And we're only in the third quarter with still a lot of time left. Meron na siyang 18 puntos.
Bitin ang tref ni OJ. Rebound taken by the white shirts. Casio nagmamadali. Nakita si Travis on the right side. He stops and pops and that rolls out. Bakbakan sa rebound. Sanitos on the way up. Dave Marcelo hacks him. They're battling. Alam nila, now's the time to make a move. Try to cut this lead below double digits. Get as close as they can bago matapos ang third period.
Some anxious moments here for Alaska because there's only one guy who's scoring and this is the second player who has hit the double-digit mark. 10 points for Sunny.
Mapahingi naman yan dito as Sanitos knocks it down. Medyo pumoko siya dun sa dalawang free throws niya. 11 points in the game for the boss and it is an 11-point lead for Barangay Ginebra. OJ. Parang nag-aantay lang si OJ ng kanyang mga spots. Diba? Diba?
Tama yung nabanggit mong yun. And this is a luxury for Ginebra because usually you will let an LA Tenorio or another point guard to bring the ball down. But with the ability of Johnson, he can actually bring the ball down and attack right away.
And so can this guy. Ito si Romeo Travis. Yan sa poste. Smaller guy on him. Obviously, the power advantage is with him.
22 points for Travis already. But if you're Barangay Ginebra, you're still happy because yung ibang mga players hindi pa nakaka-contribute. Zero pa si Casio so far in this game.
Look at that. Some action going on away from the ball. Johnson Abueva. Then Dorian Peña came out of nowhere to set a hard screen. Johnson, hinudbat ba yun?
Yes.
Pero, ito na. May konting action na. Tatakbo na yung mga coaches. They're crossing because I think the Alaska coaches are very upset because there seemed to be a knocking of heads, at least mula sa angulong ito. Let's wait and see.
Of course, you want to see that again, but it's Calvin Abueva who's guarding Johnson. And Johnson did not like it. A foul was whistled against Calvin Abueva. There is no middle ground for Calvin Abueva. Either you love him if you're an Alaska fan, or you don't appreciate his efforts. But it's giving consistent wins for his team, so he will keep on doing it.
Ito na nga, just jockeying for position. And the foul had finally been called. At ito na nga yun. O yun,
But there was a push by LA Tenorio just to separate Calvin Abueva from Orlando Johnson. If you see this,
Yun na una yun
ayun, may
Yun na,
konting
tapos
push.
And you gotta love,
Nalaglag.
you have to love the way LA Tenorio nga getting between the bigger guys. Para lang, emotions are high. This is a do or die game para sa Barangay Ginebra.
But you take a look at the discipline of Kim Ji-won. He was actually warming up, doing a lot of jogging doon sa ating sideline para to keep him very warm in this ball game.
3 minutes,
Foul on
48
Calvin Abueva. That's
remaining.
the second foul, fourth team foul for the Aces. Technical foul on Orlando Johnson for second motion. Technical foul on Calvin Abueva for second motion. Technical foul on LA Tenorio for second motion. Technical foul on head coach Frankie Lim for second motion.
So, ito nangyari Regular foul kay Calvin Abueva. Yun ay unang
Yes.
tawag. And 4 technicals were called. 1 on Calvin Abueva himself. And 3 on Barangay Ginebra. Sino yung mga yon? Orlando Johnson, LA Tenorio, and Frankie Lim. Coach Frankie Lim. All those because of second motion.
Yes, that is accurate. And this is just the first basket for JV Casio. He misses the second one. Medyo malamig na malamig itong si JV in tonight's game. At very bad development ito. Usually very steady from the free throw line. Itong si JV.
3-1 yung technicals dun kaya na-cancel out yung isa. 2 free throws ang binigay
Yes.
sa Alaska. 1 out of 2 lang na ipasok ni JV Casio. After such a long lull, balik sa aksyon. Mintis si LA Tenorio. They get it back however. Hustle play from OJ. 10 points lamang ng Ginebra. OJ makes his move baseline. Stepped on that line. Ball goes back the other way to the Alaska Aces. Bagakaton may baba sa single digits once again. And a warning. Ano the warning nangyari? Pinamap up lang. Pinawarningan ng bench ng Barangay Ginebra for improper bench decorum. And the referees are going to be more eagle-eye from here on dahil nga napataasan ng emotions a while ago.
Ang importante kasi rito ma-control ng referees yung mga emosyon ng mga manlalaro Kaya they're very quick to call technical fouls and even improper bench decorum. Dorian Peña will be guilty for his first personal foul. Not a lot of minutes here in tonight's game, but he needs to give a little rest for Greg Slaughter, who has done a tremendous job with the minutes that he has played.
Abueva inside. Maganda yung feed ni Romeo Travis. Baba na nga sa 8, lamang ng Barangay Ginebra. Some slight backward pressure, it's tipped away. Ontiveros with the ball. Will attack. Linipat sa kaliwa! Beautiful play mula kay Dondon.
And this is what Alaska, that we really know, they will make a basket, force a turnover, and complete the play. Prior to that skirmish earlier, lamang itong Ginebra, pero after that, tuloy-tuloy itong pag-score ng Alaska. 6 na puntos lamang ang kanilang kailangan habulin.
Barangay throws it away. Pero dives to retrieve it. Calls a timeout while on the floor. Effort mula rito kay Marnel Parakael.
Seemingly unbothered by the lead of Ginebra and by the recent commotion, the Aces bench imbibes composure as Coach Alex pushed his player away from where the altercation was. He just reminded them of the task at hand as they still have to play ball. Pinaalalahan lang niya ang team to spread out as it will be easier for them to see each other for that extra pass. Make sure din daw that they stay in front of their man and be aware of switches para lahat sa Ginebra ay nababantayan all the time at walang puwang para makaalagwa. Balik sa inyo.
Alam mo, thanks a lot, Erica. Coach, very confident ang Alaska. No? They don't want to be trailing any point in the game, pero pag trailing sila, kahit malaki yan, they have shown it time and again sa season na ito na nakakabalik sila from huge deficits. So yung 6 points katulad dito, Manila yan.
They have bounced back genes in their DNA. They've shown it even in the first conference wherein they battled San Miguel Beerman. Huge deficits in the first half, but they were able to overhaul it. At ngayon, tama yung sinasabi mo. 6 na puntos lamang. Halos bumaliktad ng bahagya yung momentum. Kanina, kontrolado ng Ginebra. Pero ngayon, ayun na. Magtutuloy-tuloy na itong Alaska. 3-pointer this time. Dondon Ontiveros ringing the bell.
Well, naghahanap ka ng the double digits na local from Alaska. And that's double digits from Dondon Ontiveros. 10 points for him in this game. And this is Sol Mercado. You know, he's the guy who led them to a huge lead, 16 points kanina. Back in this game, starts to try to do some more damage. OJ, 3-pointer. In and out, rebound. The boss. J.V. Casio, stop and pop, 16-footer. Knocking it down. Natapos na yung 16-point lead to just 1.
Oh, this is now a huge onslaught for the Aces. And somebody has to stop the bleeding. And Sol Mercado just saw it fit. Masyadong malaki kanina yung kalamangan ng Ginebra. But after that lull earlier, that prolonged lull initiated by Calvin Abueva, things that just changed. And the momentum is now being enjoyed by the Aces. Sol Mercado ringing the bell once again. He's got a total of 19 points. His confidence high at his split his trip there from the line.
Pero na kuha ni Dave Marcelo ang offensive rebound. Fresh 24 for the Gin Kings. Just a 2-point lead para sa kanila. We go to Dave Marcelo. Nice fake. Driving it in. Supalpal ni Sanitos. Who's going to pick this ball up? Unahan sa bola, Romeo Travis. Over to Calvin Abueva. Kick to Dondon from 3. And Alaska grab the lead. What a run mula rito sa Alaska. 25-8. Since that 16-point lead mula sa Barangay Ginebra has turned this around.
It's just a dizzying run here for the Aces. And what is so scary about the whole thing is Alaska has now tightened on defense, forcing series of turnovers. And not only that, their confidence level has gone up at least 3 notches, courtesy of the veteran, Dondon Ontiveros.
Boom, yun, no? Tumama yung likod ng ulo ni Dondon Ontiveros kay Sol Mercado. Looks hurt.
There was a slight whiplash there.
Oo, yun nga, whiplash nga.
Tapos tumama doon sa katawan ni Sol Mercado.
Sa akin sa lane, Abueva, they weren't looking at Vic Manuel. Off the glass, nakuha ni Muscleman. May chance pang maka 3-point play. We were talking about it earlier. 3-point play opportunity once again. Pangatlo na ng Alaska yan na 3-point play opportunity. Ginebra 6 of its own.
Now, the operative word for Ginebra now is composure. They lost the big lead, but the game is not over yet. They're only down by 2 possessions. It's really up to this guy, their import Johnson, to elevate his play and consider taking matters into his own hands.
That's right. Napatunayan naman niya, kaya niya
Kaya
gawin
niya.
kanina. And time and again throughout this conference. Slaughter flips it up. Di pumasok yung pabandang tira, ngunit nasa linya na naman siya. You know that run by the Alaska Aces coach Ryan, nagawa nila yun. Wala si Slaughter sa loob. Japet rin nakaupo and he's about to come in at the next possible substitution.
Now let's discuss that fourth foul of Sonny Toss. After Sonny Toss, there is no one guy who can limit the touches and has the ability to push out Greg Slaughter. So it's decision-making time for Coach Alex Compton. Will he make that decision to put Sonny Toss inside the game with less than 30 seconds remaining or give him a rest? But his decision is just let him play on.
Mukhang iiwanan nga sa loob. Ingat lang sa foul. Sigurado, yun ang sinasabi. 4-second differential, game clock saka shot clock. Sanitos naman ang susubok dito. Hook shot niya. Masyado malakas. Sinong re-rebound? Cyrus Baguio. Seconds to go. Vic Manuel will get it and drive. Go under the defense. Masyado malakas ang Pectus. Nakuha ni LA Tenorio. 5 to shoot. The lob to OJ. He's inside. Won't get the hoop at the last second. And what a turnaround. Coach. 2-point lead para sa Alaska after being down at the half by 8. They come back down by as much as 16. Kanilang lamang papasok sa fourth.